The Ghost Season 5 premiere introduced some revamped rules for getting sucked off, and they're oddly similar to a cult classic supernatural sitcom. During the premiere, Caroline Aaron, ascended into heaven after she sacrificed herself by offering her soul to Elias Woodstone, Matt Walsh, in place of her ex-husband, Pete, Richie Moriarty, who'd tried to save Jay, Utkarsh Ambudkar, by doing the same thing for him. Previously, it was thought that ghosts would be sucked off, Trevor's, Asher Grodman, hilarious term for finally ascending into heaven, if they had a resolution to their unfinished business in life. However, Carol's selfless good deed appears to have changed the rules, as ghosts might now be able to move into the next phase of the afterlife in another way. Trevor's theory about getting sucked off echoes The Good Place. In Ghost Season 5 Episode 2, Trevor shared his theory about getting sucked off with Sasapi's, Roman Zaragoza. He realized that Carol was immediately accepted into heaven because of her extraordinary good deed. He knew that opportunities to do good deeds of that magnitude wouldn't come around very often. However, he speculated that maybe there was a way to do a bunch of little good deeds that would add up. Trevor decided that his first tiny good deed would be to wait on hold for Sam, Rose McIvor, who was having trouble connecting with a representative while attempting to cancel Woodstone's water delivery service. SARS wanted to join him, but Trevor told him no, stating that he'd take half of his points. The use of the word points was very similar to the premise of The Good Place, which began with a point system that was used to judge who belonged in the good place and who should go to the bad place. The system awarded goodness points for every human action that resulted in positive consequences, and deducted them for actions that had negative results. If an action had corrupt motivations, no points would be awarded. Although the point system eventually failed, and was replaced by a test, it was a major part of The Good Place. Trevor's reference to points was reminiscent of this system, and his idea that a sum of tiny good deeds could result in him being sucked off was similar to how people made it into The Good Place. Adding to the Good Place reference fun was when Isaac, Brandon Scott Jones, said that Trevor and SAR's plan was genius, and ran to tell Sam to answer the phone himself. This was because Jones played John Wheaton on The Good Place, a character who did eventually enter The Good Place. Trevor and Sasapis are TV junkies who surely know the show credit, CBS via Moviestills DB. As Trevor and SARS waited on hold for Sam, they became bored and wanted to watch television. They'd become TV junkies ever since they discovered that they could communicate with Sam and have her turn the TV on for them. In Ghost Season 5 Episode 2, Trevor proclaimed that he loved TV, while SARS stated that it was the best. SARS and Trevor decided to sneak away to watch TV because they were 50th in line on the call, and they figured that they'd have plenty of time before they had to yell to Sam to pick up the phone. As they gleefully ran upstairs to watch their favorite shows, including The Golden Bachelor, it was easy to imagine that they might also be watching The Good Place, and that was where Trevor got his inspiration for his theory. While The Good Place was never mentioned by name, its spirit hung over this episode of Ghosts. The idea of revamped rules with a point system for getting sucked off could lead to some hilarious moments as the ghosts become overly helpful in their attempt to move on in the afterlife. However, if their intentions aren't pure, then Trevor's plan will never work.